Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'll be starting my reading in just a few minutes. Before the reading, I wanted to say a couple of things, because I get asked, and I'm sure that you're thinking, why do I put out a sex, love, and rock and roll reading for every month? What's the difference between that and my regular zodiac reading, astrology reading for the different astrological signs? It's not an astrological reading, it's for the zodiac signs. What is the difference? Well, as a child, my mother was a seamstress, and she always told me, you know, if you have to go to bed, you put a pajamas on. When you wake up, you wear a robe. When you go swimming, you wear a bathing suit. When there's a moment, there's a role for every moment, and there are clothes for every moment. And there's language, from my studies have taught me that there's language for certain things, and you need to use the proper words to name certain things. Regular readings don't go into the topic of sex. They don't go into, they do at a different level, and they don't always speak of love, and they surely don't speak of our shadow sides all of the time. And plus, I do these readings with using a certain language and a certain the attire to get in the mood, just like my meditation. So this is just a preamble to let you know why there are two different readings, and I hope you enjoy them both. I'll be with you in a second with the reading. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette. I'm here with my mask for Halloween, dressed up for my sex, love, and rock and roll reading for the month of November. I did my intro, I announced myself, here I am, and here we go. For you water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, water signs, I'm going to use the Casanova tarot deck and try to see what they'll be able to suggest and to counsel us on, how they can tell us or reveal some things that, some trends that may be happening during the month of November, in the bedroom, outside of the bedroom, in the mind especially, and in those dark areas of our soul that we don't always dare go to visit, but many of us do. All right, let's see what is in store. I'm going to open a spread, seven card spread. All right, now I'll show you the cards first. All right, this is the Eight of Coins, and a subscriber did point out, and she said, you know, those are really cards that for an American audience, you know, and I have to respond that it's not only an American audience who's watching. Okay, this is in the English language. I have read for people coming from Timbuktu, and it is a place that exists, you know, from, you know, China, and from Japan, from, you know, down under Australia, New Zealand, you know, it's not only the American public, so there is a large world out there, and it really is a small world. But my answer was at the time I said, they're talking, you know, these people are talking. Well, there are many ways to communicate, and for me, this is a conversation. There's a man and a woman without masks. She's clothed and he's not, and there's a blanket there, and she's pleasing him. Now, this is an Eight of Pentacles, and it has to do with spirituality. It has to do with the communion of the souls, and in that light, bringing pleasure to each other. That's what it has to do with. That's our first card, and the next card is the Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords without a mask, so comfortable in her skin, dans sa peau, and almost makes us afraid of because she's exacting truth. Okay, then what we have here, we have a major arcana, we have the death card. Look at this lovely card. The man is on his deathbed, and this beautiful woman there watching on. And it is interesting to see the image of a younger woman at the deathbed of an older man who's at the end of his incarnated soul life, and how age and time is of no relevance when you speak of spiritual life. And this does talk about passing and transitions. All right, let's go on to the Six of Cups. This is the Six of Cups. This is a gentleman we see here turning and tossing all of his past memories in his head. And this is the focus card, actually, for you, my water sign friends, the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this is your focus, thinking back, thinking about memories, important memories. Then we have very interesting how this spread has come out. This is the Tower. And most of us who read tarots, the tarot deck, know that the tower looks like the Big Ben, you know, but it is a tower. And the Tower tells us in this deck, speaks of something that is of prime importance. It's a phallic symbol here. And it's telling us that sex indeed is an important element in your life, and it will remain an important part of your life. It is returning. There's a transition, rebirth of sex in your life through those past memories that have something to do with it. Then we have this Five of Coins, this devastated person lying there, and this is similar to the Rider-Waite deck meaning. And the Five of Coins is something who, you know, it usually talks to the difficult economic side of our existence. And there's an expression in Italian, chi non lavora non fa l'amore. Those of us who don't have a job have difficulty ever getting into a bed with someone, or you know, their virility, their sensual side is for women is always put on the back burner when the economic side is hurting, you know. And that is the next to the last card. And then we have this this Queen of Wands. Now look at her hiding practically behind a window, you know, or behind a curtain. Okay, she is in this deck so far different from a Rider-Waite deck where she comes out as a fiery queen. This is a woman who's hiding. This is a woman who is with a mask, and with a mask she's a completely different person, and probably her true nature comes out. Now, I'm going to talk in relation to the two and the mirroring effect that the cards have. We have the 8 here mirroring the Queen of Wands, and it's suggesting that with the mask, the changing queen, the woman, has a different countenance and a different way to converse and communicate with the loved one. Okay, so this can be heralding in a different nature, all right, different nature for that queen. And here we have a very interesting game here, and I'm going to read it as a game. There is the Queen of Swords and this devastating Five of Pentacles. And what we're seeing here, it's as if this person here is being judged by this woman here. And the greater the judgment, the more deeper the depression. Now let me turn this around. Just a moment here. All right. Now, if this person's situation, financial situation, and economic situation is the result of past doing, then we have this queen sitting, and she's not in the position of judging. And what I'm seeing here is the reflection of the person in this picture as seeing something that they think is being reflected by this woman. Okay, so I'm just going to let that out to you, water signs, and see if you can ponder on that for a moment. Then, oh dear, my dear, we talked about this just before, you know, the death and the resurgence of a sexual energy, and of course the six and the memories in the past. So, you know, what the cards are telling us for you, my water signs, is that this month there may be a comeback for many of you. You know, there definitely is going to be a comeback of desire. That is definitely the case. Careful with the notion that someone can judge you. And remember, the shoe is always on the other foot as well. And, of course, this slight change in the nature of the queen, who takes on a different role or a different attitude with a mask. And the way the conversation comes about is completely different. You know, there seems to be no set boundaries between the bed, the conversation, the meal. They're always face to face, just like in a dance. Now I'm going to take the Vera Sibilla cards here, and first of all on this Five of Pentacles. Then I'm going to take a look. Well, first let me do the Five of Pentacles and see what we can see. All right. Yeah. Okay. Definitely here. There is a matter. This is these are gifts, and these gifts also speak to. Yes, this card is Presente di Pietre Preziose, and they are gifts, but at the same time, they talk of gifts that have a relative value. And as you can see, there's no one in the room there. And it's as if, you know, you are not sure whether or what your gift could be. And you're not sure whether your even small flowers or your, you know, daisies that you pick up in your garden or something can be of value to the person that you love. This is food for thought, because what we have here are two other cards that tell us quite a bit of things. We have the domestic, all right, and we have this dispiacere, these tears. Now, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is over the Five of Pentacles. What I'm seeing is a lot of pondering, a lot of thought, a lot of thought around economic value, to tell you the truth, and deciding what is your value of love. What speaks to you of love? How can you put into an object what you feel for someone? And it's quite it's depressing you, you know, it is quite, it's taking its toll on you, because you seem to be almost obsessed with that, when it is quite simple. The domestic is sort of hiding things, all right? And with the hiding and the tears and the gifts given to no one, you know, I'm thinking that this fellow here on the ground, meditating over his sad state, is in that position precisely because maybe he doesn't know that field flowers and daisies in from your garden can be a great gift for someone, just as thousands of dollars and thousands of euros and millions can be. You know, we are not all alike, but usually if someone is speaking to your heart and speaking to your sexual organs, and the day those two are conversing together, I don't think you'll care whether you have millions or if you can give someone field flowers or daisies, all right? So this situation here, on the one hand, tells me that you are just conveniently putting the blame on an economic situation, which may not even be that bad, because you're not addressing perhaps the true matter of the ordeal, being face-to-face in bed, as the Eight of Coins tells us, and finding a new way to converse, and trying to make that Queen of Wands more comfortable with the mask on, and remembering that there is a transition and there is an upsurge of sexual attraction and energy coming in the month of November, your month, for one of you anyway, Scorpio. There will be a full Scorpio moon then, third week, 25th, 26th, I think it's 27th, I'm not sure. So, you might want to ponder about the value of what sex holds for you, how much important that holds for you, and is that your language of love? All right, for my Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio friends. So let's see. One more. Let me take the Vera Sibilla on the Six of Cups, those memories from the past. Let me see what they have to tell us. Yes, sir. All right, this is, yes, perhaps many of you will have someone from the past coming in, a past loved one, a past amante, male or female, and you'll be communicating with them. Now this monocle, this woman looking out, is telling me that it will be coming in. All right, the timing is anyone's guess. It depends on where we see that monocle. She has it turned around, so it could be in the future, far future, maybe outside of November. And but it will be coming in, it will be coming in, she's telling us, and so there seems to be quite a number of different energies here, and these Casanova actually have spoken quite a bit. We've seen that there is definitely a transition and a resurge of an upsurge of a welling of sexual desire coming up compared to the past. And there is some different form of conversing and a different role that a fire sign seems to be taking on for you. And also you're calling into question your value of love. What is it? How do you express your love? Is it through sex? This is weighing on your mind. And you're considering also, will I be judged? What do I do if, can I withstand the judgment? Okay, then let's just remove that word from our vocabulary and remember that when you're looking eye to eye, there is no judgment if you've both decided to be there. Okay? Namaste, my friends. I hope this has helped. And do enjoy your month of November. My water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Till we read again together.